the last day of October here, the last sunrise of this month. I wanted to share them with you all. With these beautiful flowers over here and blue skies, Mexican skies. I'm feeling so grateful to be back here in this city, and I just purchased this Mexican snack which is called obleas. I don't know if you guys have tried this. This is a special one, it's a vegan one. It says here in the middle vegan, and it's cacao flavor. So I'm not sure whether you are aware, but there is chocolate and there is cacao. And if you're a vegan, you can still have cacao. It's not that you cannot have chocolate, but chocolate is supposed to be called the whole concoction of like milk and cacao. However, these are made out of cacao. Here in Mexico, we produce a lot of cacao, and they're very tasty. So have you tried obleas? I'm sure that if you're a Mexican American, perhaps you know what I'm talking about. If not, then you're missing out. Yeah, okay, let's have a walk, and I'm gonna have a talk regarding something that I witnessed today. So I was walking in this area, my grandma's town. These flowers are just so beautiful. This is a place here. And there was a little dog just running around. Perhaps it was a Chihuahua size kind of dog, just very small and very fragile. Oh my god, it's so nice how all the restaurants have their own altars over there. Can you see? Day of Dead altars. Today we are celebrating Halloween, and the day after tomorrow, November 2nd, we are having Day of Dead here. Celebration. Nonetheless, already celebrations and festivities, decorations started. By the way, take a look at this building. There is a rooftop over there. It's a cafe inside, as you saw, and it's so well decorated, like with this papel picado, it's called in Mexico, but in a huge, grandson way. Wow, check that out. The whole building is just decorated in papel picado. It's so pretty. I wonder how the roof is looking like from there. So yeah, it's a very nice building. And I saw this Chihuahua, small dog. By the way, this area is looking so green and nice. Let me show you the area. And the small dog just happened to run from one street to the other one. And I was just so scared because it was so small and it was so fragile. But it did have a necklace, so I thought it was somewhere dog. Somehow it was lost, and I ran and I tried to grab him, but he was very reluctant for me to touch him, and he kept running, and I was afraid that he will be just running towards the street and will be smashed by a car because he was running far away from me. So the more I try to grab him, the more he will be running, and I will feel guilty if his life ended because of me trying to save his own life. So after that, I just found a girl, and I was telling her I found this dog, and then she's like, oh yeah, that dog. I even took a video of that dog, and she was like, oh, this one dog is always rambling around the city. It's very normal for him to go around. The owners allow him to go out and just be by himself, crossing streets, skipping cars. And I was so not satisfied with that answer, but at the same time I was like, okay, so he seems to not be lost. And let me be aware of the street. I was just so unhappy with how some people treat dogs. And then she was telling me about this other one that lives nearby my grandma's place. Look at all this champasuchil, decorations everywhere. And she was like, there is this one other living in the pharmacy. And I was like, yeah, I'm aware of that one. So yeah, that one also goes to ramble around the city, even to the big avenues. He can go just as far as a few kilometers away from his place and go back by himself. And I was like, even if he's able to do that, I don't think that owners, like dog owners, should allow them to be that free outside, because okay, he knows how to go back, but who knows if that one driver knows. I mean, he's driving carefully, as carefully enough to not smash a small dog. And this was my today adventure, trying to grab that one, and then talking to this other girl, a Mexican girl living here that adopted 2 big dogs, and she was telling me the story of how these dogs were mistreated just previous to her adopting them, and how it was just so sad. She said one of them was had some bullets in her body. Let me show you this cafe where I was previous to. It's called Urani and I love it. It's very tasty. I just had a coffee there. And we also have an altar here. Let's see very fast. Yeah. So the thing is, like, she said this one dog of her skipped a bullet, 2 bullets, because the dog was stealing these chickens. No. Yeah, chicken. I believe it's chicken. These fighting chickens. Chickens. Here in Mexico, they still have this kind of entertainment, which I really dislike. I'm not a supporter of that. So she will be, because it's a she, will be stealing these chickens, and because these chickens were so valuable, up to like from 5,000 pesos, she was telling me, to like 50,000 pesos, which that's about like 2,000 plus USD. So the owner of those chickens will be watching her stealing them, and will be shooting at this dog to try to, terminate her life in order for her to stop stealing. And yeah, she was telling me all these stories about how those chickens were mistreated as well. And of course, the end of the story of those fights is just to have one winning over the other one and terminating with their lives. I just dislike that so much about Mexico. However, so therefore I cannot say like, oh, the Chinese do this, the Chinese do that, because we do have also some kind of very awkward entertainment kind traditions, and not just that, ways of earning money, because they do a lot of betting on that, like which chicken will be the winner. Okay, so she was just telling me the horrible stories of how those dogs suffer previous to her adopting them. And she was saying like, now things are getting better. If you get to call 911, somehow people will be caring if there is a dog in like really extreme like extreme bad conditions, they will be helping. She said she was calling them 2 times and they helped it. So somehow I felt a little bit relief from that. But this is one of the things that I really dislike about going around Mexico, especially if you go on road trips or you just travel and you get to the small towns, not big cities, even big cities, but in the small towns you will have a lot of stray dogs all around. And you will see a lot of mistreatment as well, and just people not really caring for them. Of course, some people cannot even cope with caring for themselves, so less to say that they will be caring for others as dogs. But okay, you don't care for them, you don't feed them, but at least you don't harm them or mistreat them. Okay, we arrived to the building here. Let me show you from this side. So beautiful. Yeah, that cafe. So yeah, I was just very upset about this situation. Every time I'm going out from home, going on road trips, visiting small towns in Mexico, it's just the same old story. Seeing all this kind of mistreating not just against dogs, but animals in general. However, I've heard that Mexico is one of like the top on the list worldwide, that we have overpopulation of stray dogs rambling around streets, and hopefully this can change soon. So what do you guys think? If you have a dog, if you are a dog owner, would you just leave the door open for him to go out to the streets, not just to the garden, to the backyard, anytime he wants, not just to the park next door, to just ramble around the city? I wouldn't like my Chihuahua going around, and I cannot understand these people, but it's the way it is. So many of them can be just not coming back home anymore, because it's not, I'd have to say, it's not a very responsible way to take care of their own pets. I wonder if they even care for them. Anyhow, this is Mexico. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy these info capsules regarding how is life here, like from my perspective. Of course, everyone has their own perspective. Some might enjoy this like chicken fights, or so many other things, but that's not me. So cheers to good life. See you on my next video.